You could say we're a little bit young and inexperienced. Yes, that's true.
So how would you quantify with numbers and returning starters?
We just graduated a lot of great kids last year. We're going to have to rely heavily on our, the progress of our JV program last year and see if we can, fill those holes. Good programs can do that. They can bring kids up through a system and plug the holes, and we're looking to do that this year.
With that said, is there a possibility, because you don't have that experience, that other teams aren't going to know what you have?
Sure. Yeah, we have 100% unknown quantities on the offensive side of the ball. So, yeah, from a scouting standpoint, that's true.
Will that help you maybe, and maybe you can sneak up on some teams?
I hope so. That's a really nice way to look at it. That we have a bunch of inexperienced kids that haven't played a whole lot of varsity, so we're going to sneak up on everyone. I like that approach.
Great. Well, you guys were saying that what's going to get them through this season is hard work and chemistry.
Yeah.
How do you do that? How do you build that?
Well, we have a lot of ways that we build chemistry, and hard work does build chemistry. When you get out there and you work hard side by side, and you sweat and you bleed and you cry and you go through the rigors of football, that builds camaraderie and chemistry. And this group's working very hard, and they're one of the harder working groups that we've had, and they'll need to be, because they're not going to be able to overwhelm people with talent. So we're going to rely on that and just let it continue to grow.
What do you like most about what you have right now?
I like their attitude. I like their attitude. They have a good attitude. We don't have any prima donnas. We don't have any kids that are really self-centered and selfish. They're smart kids. They're just inexperienced when it comes to football, but they're good kids.
So do you know what you have, or because of that inexperience, you just have to wait and see?
Well, we have some known entities. Defensively, we have some returners and that we know we can count on, but really, we don't know at our skill spots offensively. We have a lot of unknowns. We have some big bodies on the offense and defensive line, but we don't know if they're going to show up and perform. So we have a lot to figure out.
Right. Well, you start with Aloha. Is that going to give you a pretty good measuring stick?
Yeah, if we can, slow down Thomas Tyner and tackle him and compete with a team that has, 3 or 4 Division I athletes on their team, I think that we'll know that we can compete in the Southwest Conference. If not, then we'll have work to do in weeks 2 and then into week 3 when we open in league play. So we're going to find out a lot here real soon.
You didn't get to see Tyner last year, right?
No.
So. You obviously got to know a lot about him, since he's one of the more highly recruited guys. What makes him so good?
He is good in every facet of the game. He's explosive. He has great vision. He accelerates through the hole, and once he gets in the hole, if you do not stop him at or near the line of scrimmage, he will go all the way for a touchdown. You just won't run him down. He's not just fast. He's strong. He's really strong. You got to play with great pad level. You got to play gap assignment defense and contain him and try and slow him down, because once he gets to full speed, there just isn't anyone in the state that'll catch him.
Our sister station, Portland, caught up with him, and he seems to be pointing at this game, since he didn't get to go against you guys last year. He seems pretty adamant and showing you what he has.
We are expecting that. We are fully expecting that. We were able to get a victory last fall in the playoffs against these guys, and we ended their season. And when we were asked if we wanted to open the season against them next year, we said absolutely. We're not going to shy away from anyone. We want to play the toughest opponents we can possibly play, and we think that that's just about the toughest game we could have for an opener, and that's exactly what we want. So we'll show up and be ready to go.
All right, so tell me about the team, what you have right now. I guess you guys are a little young and inexperienced?
Yeah, we got a lot of young guys. We got some little guys too, but I think our secret recipe this year, which Coach has been saying, is going to be our the way we work, our mentally being prepared for games, the hustle and all the stuff like that. I think is going to pay in. But I mean, I think all the guys, even the younger guys, once they find those couple seniors, stick behind them, we've been here for a while, so they'll know what to do, and hopefully we can go out and win a couple football games.
Great. How do you feel so far with what you've seen through the first week?
This first week's been really well. We've had to do quite a bit of running, but I mean, what football team's not? But I think we're going to be solid. You know, first game's going to be tough. It's going to be a test. But, you know, we'll just, you know, keep fighting and hopefully win one.
What's the key to progressing and getting better?
I think, let's see. For us, I think getting better, you know, it's just got to come with, like I said, you know, that mental aspect of we got to go out, we got to work hard. If we don't do that, you know, I don't think we're going to be very successful. But, I mean, I know all of us want to win. All of us want to do something with this season. I know the seniors, you know, we've always talked about going to state or going to, you know, deep in playoffs. But, you know, I think that, you know, what we really need to work on is just believing that we can be that football team.
With you not having a lot of guys back and is there a possibility that, well, maybe other teams around the state or around the region really don't know what you have?
Yeah, you know, I think we got a couple secret weapons. You know, we got some solid guys on defense. We got a really good backfield and wide receiver combo this year. So, you know, I think that we might be able to, you know, sneak around some people and maybe lay low for a while.
Yeah, you talked about that first game, which is Aloha. You did play them last year.
Yeah.
Obviously a tough test with Thomas Tyner.
Yes. You know, Thomas Tyner going to Oregon, #1 back in the nation. So, you know, I think our middle linebackers are going to be in for a treat. You know, gotta make sure we wrap him up and, you know, just stay on him all game.
What do you remember about him last year?
We didn't get to see him last year. We saw some other little guy, but, you know, from what I hear, he's a tough guy to tackle.
Well, our sister station in Portland, I guess, talked with him earlier this week, and I guess he feels like he has something to show you guys this time around.
I bet he does. You know, not playing in last year's game probably hurt him, knowing it was their last too. So, you know, it's going to be interesting.
Tell me what you think about the team right now.
This team this year, we've been playing together for a long time, and our key this year, how we're going to win games, is our team chemistry. We've played together for a while, and that's really going to get us through the season.
What is it about your team chemistry that's so good?
The fact that through thick and thin, all the way since really 6th, 7th grade, we've played together. We've been through the losses, we've been through the high times winning, and we know what it takes, and we're working for it.
On the field wise, what have you seen that you like so far?
On the field, really the dedication from our seniors and from the underclassmen who are going to step up and play with us this year. That's really surprised me and made me believe we have a strong thing coming.
Do you think along the line with your teammate there that you guys can kind of lie low for a while and surprise some teams?
I think no one should count us out this year. Once it clicks for us, because we don't have very much varsity experience this year, given we've got a few juniors that are coming to step up that were playing JV last year. But as soon as everything clicks together, we're going to be a force.
Good. Aloha, that first game, your thoughts on taking on that pretty good team?
Well, last year Aloha was a different team because Tyner obviously didn't play. But as soon as Tyner comes back in, we've been setting up our game plan around Tyner pretty much, our defensively. Offensively, we're just playing our own game. I think we have a chance.
He's clearly good. What makes him so good?
His speed is the main thing we need to stop. Keep him from bouncing outside too fast. But, you know, he's a man just like the rest of us. We'll be able to tackle him.
Good. And how optimistic are you for this season?
I think we're going to have a good team this year. Really, it's up in the air. Just got to believe.